How do I know if this is working? Okay. I figured it out. Hi. It has certainly been a while. Yeah. The only one watching in stream is me, just to make sure that the stream is working. Basically, what I am doing is an assignment. And I'm basically doing keyframes for this thing. So, okay, wait. Whoever guesses what fucking clip this is from, you win $1 million. For real.
I believe the children are the future. And that's my favorite Amelia Earhart quote. Followed by, ah!
So, yeah. I have the last two.
I believe the children
Blah, blah,
are
blah.
the future. And that's my favorite Amelia Earhart quote. Followed by, ah!
Yes. So, basically what I'm doing is like all the most important frames for this, which is animation 101. This is the first step. Yeah, some of the hands are not right, but I need to get this done by tomorrow because it's due in class tomorrow so that we can go over all of that and whatever. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to finish this within the hour because I only really have less than an hour to do this. Yeah, I wish that there were people here so that I could talk to somebody out loud, but because I feel stupid, I haven't done a live stream in a very long time. So this is gonna be fun. I'm also realizing I'm not that engaging anymore. I'm also on my bed while I do this, so I'm in a very strange hand position. Yes. Maybe I should have notified people that I was doing this right now, but I don't think I care. I just want to try getting myself back into the headspace of like doing YouTube stuff again since I'm going to be graduating soon. Which is why I haven't been doing anything much online. If no one knew that, I have been busy doing school stuff. So, yippee. I'm about to, dip my toes into the animation world. Which is very bleak, if no one knows. Which is fine. I mean, I'm a risk taker. Anyway. Yeah. So if you haven't been catching up with me, hi. I am Apollo. My last demo reel, well, my first demo reel is finally up on my YouTube, which means I can come forward and, use my real name. But for just like most times, I'm still going to be calling myself Apollo. Not for any like gender expression reasons. That's just my alias. I got really attached to using it online. So if you know my name, you know my name. If you don't, tis fine. I also don't care. Mostly in my accounts, I'm still going to be going by Apollo. Mostly so I know who knows me from what. And yeah, it's just, yeah. Also, it's just fun having an online alias in the first place. But yeah, call me whichever. Doesn't really matter to me. I kind of had to like, I don't want to say come out because that's not really what it is, but like come out with my information ish because I'm gonna be out there in a public space now. So yeah, 'twas inevitable. 'Twas inevitable. I was eventually gonna do it. I just now felt like it was something I had to do in order to get out there. which is strange to say the least. Not a lot of people know who I am, which is good. But yeah. So, if you haven't noticed, anyone who's here for special delivery has gone through a lot of changes. Do we need music? I don't know why I haven't been playing music, but also every time I play music, YouTube gets angry at me and copyrights it and stuff. So maybe I'll just play Undertale music or something. Undertale. Because Undertale is great and everyone uses Undertale music in their stuff. So I have to assume that it's not going to kill me. We're going to... Here you go. Anyway, I have a hard time playing music while I do things in the first place because I get very distracted easily. So maybe this was also a bad idea. I just know I'm not entertaining enough alone. Maybe Undertale music was not the way to go because I've memorized it. Yes, Special Delivery has gone through a lot of changes, if anyone has noticed. Mostly because Aries and I has deemed it pretty much like we need to redo the whole thing. Mostly because of, we've grown up in a way. Like, we're growing up with this series. We have different tastes. When we first started it, our team was a little different, and now it's just the two of us. And I'm not gonna get into any of that. That's crazy. But yeah, we just wanted it to be more like the vision that we have in our head. And the more that we wrote in Special Delivery beta, the more we realized we just didn't really like what we were writing about 25% of the time. And there was a lot of plots that we wanted to like get together, but we just couldn't figure out because, well, sometimes, let's be honest, it was just a little dumb. Not like that it's dumb or that it's dumb to like it. It was just tonally so different from what we wanted it to be now. Dumb was a bad word. I didn't mean dumb. But it just wasn't what we wanted it to be anymore. And so we thought, instead of like changing the tonality halfway through or like, from the beginning, or trying to subvert expectations by slowly getting there, we decided to just have it hard reboot. We get that tone from the get-go, and we've had so much more fun writing it. At the moment, we haven't been writing it yet, mostly for the reasons that, well, we're in school, and as we've gotten more and more serious about school, we've had less and less time to work on it, which is fine. It'll be ready when it's ready. It'll be out when it's out. There wasn't a lot of audience in the first place, which is fine. Who cares? We just want to make something that we're both very proud of at the end of the day, and if we have to take a lot of time in order to get there first, we're not going to be angry at ourselves, Like, we have lives. Not that, anyone was claiming that we didn't. Life got ahead of us. We can't work on it all the time, even weekly anymore. But it is still something that we're thinking about. It is still something that we love doing. It is still something that we're putting in the back burner for now. And while we gain more experience in storytelling and stuff, we're definitely going to have an easier time, and I think a more streamlined, fun time making it, because when we first started it, we were just seniors in high school. Well, just me. They were a junior. We were in high school, and now that I'm almost about to be graduating college, oh my god, I didn't realize how long we've been doing Special Delivery. That was a Freudian slip because I did most of the comic, so I was just thinking about like, oh my god, I've been doing the comic for so freaking long. But, you know, I used to get so, like, uptight about the whole series, about trying to get it, like, perfect and trying to get my style to be right where I wanted it to be. And I had so much different visions with how I was drawing it. And then as we were in the writing room, Aries and I would have different visions, and we both came to consensus that instead of having it be more lighthearted from the beginning, we wanted it to be darker from the beginning. We didn't want to, you know, do the whole thing where we get tropey stuff and then we flip it on its head kind of thing. We didn't want it to be as like tropey self-aware. As fun as that entire writing genre is, we just wanted to do something more I don't know how to put it, like dark and anime. Anime in like the story style in a way, but fudge. I don't really know how to explain it. We just wanted it to be different than it was, and we were trying to shoehorn all of these different ideas as we grew up into something that just didn't describe us or the vision that we had for it anymore. And because the team had changed, we also just had a lot more freedom and a lot more je ne sais quoi fun making it, because now we didn't have anything holding us back. And because we had a new vision coming in, we didn't want to get in our own way by having something pre-created and then writing around it. So because you deserve it and because we deserve it, we decided to do a hard reboot. And that's just the story on, in my point of view. Aries probably has a different version of this story. This is just how it felt like for me. I personally felt like it was running away from us the more we wrote about it, and then we realized, oh, this story wanted something different from us. And not that we wanted, I mean, yes, we wanted something different from the story, but it was also like this story just started getting a mind of its own. The characters started getting minds of their own. Very, very clearly, that they were showing us these personality traits and who they were at some point, and we were just ignoring it for a very long time. So, yeah. That's what we're gonna be working with now. And it's gonna take us a while. I have an entire master's degree I want to get through, too. Your boy wants to be so educated. And the plan for myself is going into creative writing, which, like, I mean, in the days of AI, it kind of sucks, but also nothing's stable. So everything is, you know, type mindset. So, I mean, I'm doing it self-indulgently as well so that, well, in the animation room, I'll have more value. And when I'm writing special delivery alongside Aries, and if we ever decide to get a bigger team, or honestly, I hope we get a bigger team. I'd love to have different perspectives of the story. I want to be in the room where it happened. You know, I want to have an easier time writing and articulating what Aries and I both want. But yes. And our dynamic in the writing room is that Aries has a really easy time having ideas. I'm not good at articulating my own ideas or getting it on the fly like they do. I tend to be the one executing because I just have an easier time getting pre-existing ideas and making it more. And communicating it. So we are an amazing team. I just want to make sure that our vision comes to life in the best way possible. Anyway, yes, Melvin got an entire redesign alongside with Rowan, our little boys. So Sometimes I realize I started this series with Aries and the team. I'm gonna keep using I. Not because I feel solely responsible for the project. I don't know why I'm defending myself. I don't know. I'm thinking about myself. Also, I'm a year older. So, 6 months, really. But anyway, when we started doing special delivery, I was, how old was I? I was a teenager. And now I'm not. I'm old now. So, yes. Our tastes have evolved. The way we write has evolved. Our, what we want has evolved. Wait, that's not even what I wanted to say. What I was gonna say is that Melvin, when we started making this, was when he's like 24, right? And I was like, man, he's old. And now I'm like, man, he's getting too close for comfort. Sorry, I'm recovering from a cough. But, yeah. Now, because Melvin and Rowan are the same ages, which it's so funny now. They're 24, 23, the way Izzy and I are. Izzy being Aries. I will be interchanging between the two because they don't care. But, by the way, go check out their music! Ah! Check out their music! That's my wife! If you guys didn't know, we're dating. Anyway, go check out their music. They're on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, but they post most of their music on TikTok. They are Izzard the Wizard now, I think, on there, 43. You'll see them. I also follow them, so if you guys ever need to follow them, you guys can check first through me. I wonder who's here. Hi. Hello. You're awesome. Unless it's me. Unless both of those watchers are me. I know one of them is me. I don't know who the other one is. Anyway, yes. Jeez. Where was I? Yes, Melvin is getting too close to my age. I remember when we were making the students, and we were like, haha, what would we as students say? Which is absolutely unhinged, fucked up shit sometimes. And you're very aware, okay? We are aware now. But, anyway. Yes, and now I'm closer to Melvin's age than I am to the students, and oh, that's disgusting. That's not nice. Didn't like that revelation. And if Aries is here, I'm so sorry for sharing that information with you, because I'm sure that'll also put you through a whirlwind. I'm in a whirlwind. Yeah, okay, so Melvin and Rowan both got redesigns. This frame is very strange to me. But I think it's the head. I think I need to shrink it a little. But yeah. And also, I'm using Adobe Animate as much as I absolutely loathe Adobe Animate. I hate Adobe Animate. It's just my Clip Studio Paint. I have a licensed version for Pro, no, I have X, not Pro. So that means I can't really update it so that the lip sync would scrub, which means that, like, do you hear that? It's Shane, by the way, Shane Top from Smosh. Yeah, it doesn't scrub. So I go on, like, I could use Clip Studio. I just can't because it doesn't scrub. And I really appreciate Adobe scrubbing the audio for me. as much as I hate Adobe. And I know that later Clip Studio Paint versions have audio scrubbing. And maybe I'll invest in that. I just don't, like, especially after my student license is up, I'll probably do that. Or I'm just gonna do what I normally do, and I listen to it a million times. Because back when I started doing this, I still did do, like, lip syncing stuff. Like, where was it? If you want to get out of a phone call, here's what you do kind of thing with Evan. And, I don't know, something else. But I would literally just put the mouth shapes in, right? And then I would guesstimate where they would be. And then I would move them around until it sounded right. And that's how I did a lot of my lip sync back when I started this YouTube channel and my online presence. And it was not fun. It is not a fun way to animate anything. But I had to do what I had to do, you know? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I was animating earlier in Maya, which is the 3D program, and there was a lip sync I had to do. Basically animating a scene with Deadpool in it because he's a free asset. And I just, for about like 20 minutes in class, I would just scrub between the audio and the thing because I just liked watching it move. And then I watched it a million times because I like watching it move instead of working. You know, as you do. Anyway. It would be very cool if I had my Melvin references out, but I don't. Because I don't know what's good for me. And I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to search it up. We're going to just go by imagining. You know, this is how Special Delivery took so much more time to draw out, because I would refuse to do my own sketches sometimes. I would go from, like, the actual bare bones, like, stuff. Like just blocking on the page what I wanted it to look like. Or Aries would actually do a lot of the blocking, or some of my other comic team. And I would just go from that to, like, fully line art, like, full line art. Which you would think it would take less time, but it doesn't. It just meant that I was too impatient and I needed to slow down a little bit so I can speed up, because at the end it made me slower than I wanted it to be. It just gave me the instant gratification of seeing it. Sorry, I'm trying to get... Yes. So Melvin and Rowan have new designs that reflect who they are much better. I love them so much. Certain characters got name changes because, like I said before, it used to be more of a play on tropey stuff that you would find in comics or webtoons or fanfics, and now that it's not that, we had to change some names. And I don't know if anyone... I don't know what I've given away already back then. And I don't know... Okay, actually, I think I want his eyes closed for this one. And I also want a hint of his nose over here. Sorry, I got a text and I got confused. Nice. Okay. Oh my god. I got Izzy into Undertale recently. Biggest accomplishment of my life. They loved it. They love Metaton. That's why I thought of it. Because I kept referencing this, but, like, the actual cover of it like with the lyrics and stuff. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. If you didn't know. Oh my god. Okay, I want this inversed LMAO. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, okay. They are now more with their personalities in mind. Since they're not going to be versions of tropes anymore, they're going to be non-abashedly who they are for real. And which means that I had to like think of their personality. Whoa, when making this, because when we made them first, it was like, okay, I remember this so vividly. Where the old team, right? There was 3 of us, and now there's 2, and it's Izzy and I, and this other person, and I was literally like, "What color is your skin?" And they just like, you know, told me where to stop on the color wheel or on the flesh cloud back then, as they call it. Or like, okay, what kind of nose do we want? Kind of thing. We played like, you know, those fashion dolls or like Pickaroo. So they played that with me for fun, obviously, because we were doing this for fun at the time before it got really serious all of a sudden. And yes, and so so that's why there wasn't a lot of thought into like what they looked like. Which is, like, I mean, it got us started. A lot of those core design elements have stayed. It's just, like color of the hair, or, like, you know, color of whatever. And, like, those have mainly stayed the same, other than, like, I guess, like, how colors mesh together, because I want to think about art first. Like, I want to see if the colors look good instead of, like, mishmashed on the page, you know? Like, that's about it. But everything else is a little more intentional in how I want them to look and how Aries wanted them to look. Mostly because we were, like, sitting down, we are like, hey, how much creative freedom do I have? And how much can I explain away why I gave it to them? And, you know, with a lot of characters, we went back and forth. A lot of the time, they're like, you kind of cooked and gave me a lot of fun. And whatnot. Recently, I posted on my Instagram the most important characters that aren't villains in Special Delivery. You guys will not see the villains. Well, okay. You kind of will, but not really. And here's why. Because if I did, like, an entire sheet of them, one of them will have their face on it. And I don't want their face to be revealed yet. Mostly because it's going to be hidden in comic for as long as we possibly can. Whatever that means. So we want to just keep that secret for now. There will be some people that know what that looks like. Mostly because we didn't know we wanted to hide it for yet. So, whatever. So that'll just be a surprise tool that'll help us later, you know? People who were there, they were there. People who weren't there were not there, kind of thing, you know? But even then, no character design is safe from our grubby little hands. We will be doing as we wish with these characters, which is good news, because after going through most of art school, not like, well, like in my degree, knowledge is so important when doing all of this, and efficiency and whatever. And I have to say, I learned a lot. So, yeah. Some changes. Most of if you are not attached to the characters as much as we are, you guys will be okay. I promise. Anyway, yes. I think Melvin looks so much better in this version, because he's no longer like what we would used to call him, the whatever Twinkie man, because he's not a twink. I don't know what he is, but he's just not. He's not a twink. And you know, that's amazing. Not that there's anything wrong with twinks, of course not. It's just we have different visions for these little guys now, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm finally gonna look for my reference, because his hair is supposed to be like, no matter how you turn it, that little like parting detail, the little crescent moon kind of shape, is gonna stay where he's looking. So, like, you know, Luz no Seda kind of hair mechanic, if you know what I mean, from the Owl House, which, damn, I have not thought of the Owl House in a very long time. I should look into that more. Yes. Okay, I finally have his side profile up, because I need him. I need a side profile. Yep, okay. Okay, we gotta do what we gotta do. Come here. But yes, I think in art school, oh my god, what I've learned is how to really just change shit. Like, just don't be attached to anything, because you never know. But also be attached to everything, because you never know. Sometimes certain choices are amazing, and sometimes they can be put in the back burner. And that version of Melvin just didn't describe who he was. And because we're no longer going to be the subversion of, you know, tropes in, you know, pop culture, then now we could just lean into having the characters' design describe who they are. And I think that's the best way I could put it. Like, Melvin's kind of a punk. And if you haven't seen any chapters, there's one chapter where he genuinely starts yelling at his subordinates because of things that he truly believes in, or that he thinks that aren't harming the children in any way. Because, I mean, in the original, like, it is a very big thing that there's this very old-fashioned teacher, Miss Peacock, who's trying to, like, demonize who he is and tries to not hide her colors and how she believes in, like, gay people. And it's like, he stands up for what he believes in. You know, he's really punk. And he, like, gets angry. He, like, you know, he's just very outspoken. And, like, of course, twinks can be. It's just, I wish when I started this, it described him more as that, rather than, you know, putting him into the tropes and then trying to subvert those tropes. Yes. I just no longer want his design to be a subversion, and, like, I want his design to describe him. And the same thing goes for Rowan, you know? Like, he's not just, like, the himbo, quote-unquote. He is a person, you know? And that is the funniest thing I think that's ever come out of my mouth. He's not a himbo, quote-unquote. Not just. He is a person. Guys, remind your local himbo that he too is a person. Remind your local twink that he too can subvert expectations. I am the only one laughing at myself. um, yeah. Remind them. Maybe I'll start getting into in-betweens, because I still have another 30 minutes. Well, if I don't, like, if I finish this faster than I think I will. But yes, I know I keep explaining myself in circles, but that's because I'm drawing. I am so not good at drawing and talking. That's been established many times. I think in these live streams that I get carried away and I forget what I just talked about. That just assumes that you've been here a while, but I'm not good at it. This song fills you with determination. But yeah, there's going to be certain design elements that I keep, mostly because they were fine. They didn't describe him, it doesn't take away, it doesn't add. But I really wanted Melvin to have, like, you know, I think a lot of him describes why he is the way he is. Like, he doesn't think he gets taken seriously enough. So he, of course, is, like, a lot of that comes from stuff I won't give away. But I think a lot of it also comes from his height and how young he is compared to his peers. And yeah. And sorry. I think knowing that about him, I wanted to combine a lot of sharp and round features at the same time. But because he's not terrible. He's not a horrible guy. He's just very outspoken and very brash at times and abrasive and hard to... I'm not going to finish that sentence. But because I just knew that it wouldn't come out right. But yeah. But he's very kind-hearted as well. And I didn't want to take away from that at all. I still wanted it to describe him. He is the subversion of the expectation that he's going to be brash all the time. Which is, well, I mean, ain't that every fucking character sometimes? Every grumpy ex-Sunshine character. Which is like, I don't know why I'm putting it that way. He's just a guy. Of course he's gonna have multifacets. And that's kind of the point. That all of our characters are gonna have multifacets and whatnot, So we're still keeping to our core of, like, subversion, but not, like, of tropes, of it, just, like, of people, I guess. I'm so tired. I just got back from school. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just wanted to talk to nothing. And you, whoever you are. Oh, and because the reason why I'm not drawing, like, the mouths yet is so that I can map out what he's doing first. La la la. And then I was gonna do the whole lip sync separately. Yes, that's part of the assignment, by the way. That's not something I chose to do. I would love to just jump right in and do the lip sync as I'm doing this, but again, I am impatient, and I think that will harm me more than help me. I have 3 weeks to finish this, by the way. I'm not worried, but I'm worried. Like, in general. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. But yes, I am currently working on his like I'm playing dress up. Like in one of my projects, I am playing dress up with Melvin, trying to see what kind of like stuff he's gonna wear throughout the series, or like just like a vibe kind of thing. Like, you know, this is what he could wear. This is something that is his vibe, and like listen to the vibes, kind of thing. Cause like his best friend is pretty fashionable. I would think that like it would like rub off on him a little bit. Um, like, and also he is an artist, so he's gonna have some bomb type fashion, you know? And he's a punk, so he's gonna have bomb ass fashion. So I'm trying to keep all that in mind, also knowing that he's also quite, like, scraggly. You do be a man. Uh, that was a bit. So, like, there are parts where he doesn't care, but it's obvious that he knows how to dress himself, kind of thing. I also, for this animation, I chose the outfit specifically with this Leon Kennedy ass fucking leather jacket, and it makes me laugh. Okay, something's not right. I cannot see my own sketch for the life of me. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm understanding my flaw. Oh, and this is a final, by the way. This lip sync animation's a final. We're technically supposed to have clean lines, but my last project, some people didn't, and it wasn't like frowned upon. So I'm gonna come in with these and be like, hey, is it okay that I have this human touch kind of thing? Because I enjoy when lines are like kind of like petted, if that makes sense. Like these double like I don't know lines. So yeah, they may or may not be leaving. Who knows? It's up to her, my teacher. Found out one of my favorite professors isn't going to be at graduation, and I got so sad. I was like, why? Why? But one of my other favorite professors is coming, so yay! But yes, I very much enjoy this version of Melvin much better. It makes my brain happy. I'm sure other people can concur. And when I mean other people, I mean my wife. Though, to be fair, 3 weeks is a lot of time to finish this. Jeez, that was lag. Is lines like a requirement for the final? I don't know what that means. Like like straight, straight, like clean lines. Is that what you mean? Because she never said. That's why I'm like, you know, I want to give myself more creative liberty. The last time she wanted clean line work was because it was supposed to like stay with the model. But now that we're doing this, I don't think it's necessary. Question mark. Also, my Animate, oh my god, is being a bitch. What if what if my style is simply lineless? No, you need to have lines. That's part of it. Which isn't bullshit, you know. She wants us to learn how to do solid line work for studio stuff. So, I don't think it's a tough ask. I just enjoy lines with a little more, I guess, rough quality. And because Adobe Animate is vector based and not like Clip Studio, I can't use, well, I could, but not easily. I don't have a lot of options for brushes that are more gritty or yeah, ink-ish. So this is my 2D animation class. And a lot of people have talked about like Toon Boom Harmony. I haven't tried it. I don't know how to try it. I don't know where to try it. I don't know if it has money involved, but if it's better than Clip Studio in terms of animation, you know, that would be cool. Which, like, I love Clip Studio Paint to death. I will defend that program most of the time if it has nothing to do with AI and their fucking whatever. I'll defend the streamlineness, the tools they have and everything like that with like my entire soul. I love Clip Studio Paint. It just feels so good to draw on. Unlike Animate right now that is giving me a hard time with one line. Why is it glitching like this? I don't even know. I might have to pause the stream just to like reset my Adobe, my program. I'll do that when I finish this part. Okay. I'm gonna restart my program. So let me just go to scene 2 for now. Let me just like fix this first. I don't really know why Animate is doing that. Hello, Kenyu and Lee. Pop it. Let me get it again. Ooh, there's another person in here. Hello. Yeah, I have 20 minutes, so I guess I can start doing the sketches for the in-betweens. LMAO? Oh. 4! Hello! Hello! Okay, let me just, save another file version of this first, and then I'm gonna turn it back on. Technical difficulties! Okay. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know if it's my tablet, like, tweaking, or if it's... Okay. Keyframes. Okay. We have the file version. Hello. Okay. I don't know if it's my... Oh my god. Okay. We have to simply move on. Okay. So... Yeah. Okay. I'll just do some more sketch work. Just to do the thing. Oops. Okay. Suppose so. Okay. So for this, we're gonna have to go from one frame to another. Okay. Actually, I think I have to stop it here. Something just came up. For real, for real. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I can do more streams like this. Yeah. Hopefully I can do more streams like this. Yippee! Okay. I'll see you all next time. Bye!